Good evening, YouTube world. Welcome to the Arm Wrestling Buzz episode 59. I am your host, Paul Italia. We got the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew in the house. We got Israel Chavez. We got Dakota Shipton. He is stepping in for Pradeep tonight. What's up, Dakota? How are you, brother?
Good man, how are you doing?
Good. And we got our special guest of the night. James English is in the house. What is up, James? How you doing, brother?
Up, dude? Pretty good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. So I wanted to
Nice.
get right into this event, man, that just went down this past weekend, and it was a banger. Holy shit. So impressive. The production they put together, the press conference, everything just was just so smooth run and really, really liked the final product they put out there. So I want
Dude,
to
it
get
was
into, I
crazy.
want to find out from you guys, who were there in person. We know Dakota was there, James as well. How did it all begin? What day did you guys get in and kind of give us the behind the scenes, what was going on?
I got in on Tuesday, and the thing was on Saturday because I wanted some time to adjust because I'm flying across the country, and just like also just long plane rides kind of mess with me. So I really wanted to give myself some time to adjust. So,
What was it like when you got there, brother? Just
dude,
kind
it
of
was hot. I forget how hot Florida is, especially like a landlocked part of Florida. Like at least if you're on the coast, you can go to the beach and cool off, and there's sometimes like that the cool air flows in. Orlando is like, 50 miles from the closest beach, dude. It is just like I felt like I was in the Amazon jungle, but instead of trees, it was like hippie pop-up shops and like cafes and stuff, you
every
know?
time you go out, man, it's like you're in the sauna. You got to come back and change and all. You're soaking wet. That's
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I'm still greasy. Like I'm over here wiping. Dude, it changed my skin or something just being there. Dakota, did you notice that? Like how greasy you felt all the time there?
Dude, like I especially being like from as north as I am, like I'm used to when you go outside it's colder. Like when you
Yeah.
go outside there, it's hot. And like I you're right, it's something changes because like your body just gets in like grease ball mode because it's used to just being absolutely sweaty all the time. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So we were on like Park Ave, which is that's where all the shops are. It's like a nice street. And I would just walk into like a fucking dress store, just to get some AC on me. And,
nice.
but like it was super nice. Unfortunately, after I left, I started getting that's when Instagram realized that I was in Orlando was like the day I left. So it started recommending all these super scenic, nice spots. There was like a river boat, like you could go on a boat through a river that goes through Orlando. It's super scenic. And I was like on the plane on the way home watching it. Fuck.
Oh, man. So let's hear about the now Friday night was the press conference, and I like the new setup. I like how they put the two athletes in the front at the
Yeah.
sitting at the table. What was your thoughts on that? Did you like that new setup as far as for the press conference?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And it was just cool like sitting for me, I'd never met Devin before, I'd never met Travis before. So like two of the goats right there asking me questions. It was pretty sick. So I was trying to talk shit, but for the most part I was like just kind of fanboying. I was like, holy shit, they actually care.
So now, what was like the atmosphere there? Like, did you guys do anything like the nights leading up? Did you guys go out to dinner? Did you guys hang out like as the athletes, or kind of you did your own thing, kind of stayed away from everybody else?
Yeah, we went out Thursday night. Chance invited um me, my family. Matt Mask was there, Auden, Devin, his family. So we all had like Outback Steakhouse, and it was pretty cool. Like off camera, it was all friendly. And even on camera, it was basically all friendly, besides like the press conference. But
What were your nerves like? Were you like nervous at all? You really weren't thinking of it until the day of? Like, what was the deal with that?
yeah, no, I definitely had nerves because with bodybuilding, you don't really get nerves the night before because it's like you look so good, you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, I'm gonna do well. And even if you don't, it's not really something where performance is important. Like you just have a posing routine. That's not super hard to do. So you kind of can sleep. You can sleep easy knowing that it doesn't matter if you sleep well or not. That makes you sleep better. When you have an event and it's a like a physical competition and you have to sleep well to do well, dude, the fucking stress, at least for me, like the stress that puts on you, it was bad, bro. And
How
I
how
think
are
it might
you
have
dealing
fucked.
with it, bro? Like what is your,
Oh,
what
I'll tell you. And I think it might have kind of messed me up a little bit. I don't know. It might have either helped me or messed me up, but the night before, I took I took Xanax,
oh,
ashwagandha, and an antihistamine. And in my head, so I went to bed at like midnight, and the match wasn't till like 5 the next day. So I knew I'd have a little bit of residual effects at that point, but I'm like, it's worth getting a solid 9 hours of sleep. If I still feel a little bit of the Xanax or whatever, I can maybe just overpower that with like pre-workout. But I'd rather be a little bit zanned out than than having not slept the night before, because that would really suck. Like then I'm definitely gonna lose if I only get fucking 2 hours of shitty sleep because I'm awake sweating thinking about the match. So yeah, it was just a kind of a choice I had to make.
so now you got good night's sleep? You woke up refreshed, you feeling good the next day, or did you have the hangover?
Yeah, no, it was good, but it was a little like I knew something was wrong because I woke up like I was drip sweating. I shit you not, the night before I was drip sweating. And then I'm like, okay, I can't do this. There's no way I'm gonna be able to sleep. My resting heart rate was probably like 120. So I'm like, I'm gonna take the sleep cocktail. I wake up the next day and I'm like chilling. I didn't give a shit about anything. And I'm like, shouldn't I be nervous right now? I go out and get food with my buddy Jason, who is in my corner. And it's getting close to the match now. Actually, I'm even late to the event at this point. It's already like 1 p.m. I'm eating eggs and bacon. I'm like, damn, I really don't give a fuck about this arm wrestling match, bro. I get to the event and it's like 2 p.m. at this point, and there's people, shouting and like there's a match going down, and I'm still like zombied out. I'm still like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. And then it hits 3, and I'm like, oh damn, I need to start getting in the zone, dude, because I'm like, I think I might have taken a bit too much ashwagandha or Xanax or something. Because I could tell, you know how like when you go for PR in the gym, like you start getting that adrenaline. I wasn't getting any of that, and I knew I'm gonna get killed if I just walk up, just mosey on up to the arm wrestling table and put my arm down and like don't get in the zone. I'm gonna get killed. So I was taking pre-workout. I was like breathing hard, trying to really get in the zone. And finally, about halfway through the match, it kicked in, and I woke up.
Round
Yeah.
three is when you realize you were in a match right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Then I'm like, okay, wake the fuck up. And yeah, once I was on the table, I really like got in the zone. But yeah, before that, I was like maybe a little bit zombied out.
Well, I seen a video put out before, and it was with the left hand. When did that actually go down? When did you get to pull him left?
That was the night before.
That was Friday night.
Yeah, I was yeah, it was right before the press conference, so about midday Friday.
Now, how did that come about, man? Like was that like planned at all, or you just were next to the table and you're like, oh, come on, let's jump on left? Like, how did it all come
I
about?
think I think or maybe I like jokingly patted the table or something, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it," because he was always down. Like I think he just likes arm wrestling, so he's always down to spar. But I think also he probably wanted to see how I pull and whatnot. So we pulled some lefty, and I really let him have this like horrendous setup. Like his hand was way over the top of mine, but I'm pretty good lefty. My gap is not that far, lefty and righty. His gap is pretty fucking far. So, yeah, I think it was a bit of a confidence hit to him. Not that it ended up mattering, but I'm like, okay, good. This is good that maybe I got in his head a little bit.
I think he did, man. And I seen that. I kind of was in shock too. And I was watching Devin's face, and he looked a little surprised as well. And I was like, holy shit, I think this might have backfired on Auden right now, because I think Auden was going to get on there and gain a little more confidence. And then, you kind of shut him down there. And I seen it in you, man. Like, you were like, oh shit, you got something here. I was like, this is going to be interesting tomorrow.
I think Auden wanted to pull me lefty so that he could convince to pull me righty. He could convince me. He wanted to pull because as soon as we were done lefty, he's like, "Oh, well, let's do righty." And I'm like, "No." But
And
yeah.
yeah, James, I just wanted to say to you, like, I feel like you did everything right in the build-up in that sense, because like that's the thing with Auden is he's always going to be trying to grip up with you with the hand he's competing with,
Yeah.
because he wants to gather every little piece that he can or like gain any little confidence boost that he can. And I think that you kind of having that understanding that your left and right aren't too far off, and then knowing that his gap is probably further than yours. And
Hmm.
then I think beating him left and then completely shutting down the right-handed idea um did probably more to him than you would think. And I
It
think
did
that
because I wasn't sure, but then I went back and watched the video and I saw Devin, he looked over at Chance's dad and he went like this. Like he winced and kind of smiled. So I think he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't realize his left was that strong." I was honestly scared to pull righty. That's why I said no, because I'm like, I don't want him to get any kind of confidence right now if he can move me a lot righty. So we'll just leave it at the lefty. But then I saw he uploaded like a video that night or maybe the night before the match where it was like final thoughts before James, and I could tell his demeanor had changed. Like he wasn't feeling as confident. And I think it was because of the left-handed match that we had.
I could definitely see that. We got a super chat from John Augustin for $10. He says, "You did well, James. That match was a lot closer than some would think. Hope you stick with it, and I'll look forward to seeing you back on the table." Thank you for that, John. And I definitely agree with that, bro. And I
Thank you, John.
I hit up James right after I got to watch the match, and I just wanted to reconfirm. I didn't think he was gonna go away, man. I know how James is. I know that's gonna light a fire on them, and I know how close that match was. So I know he's going to stick with it and really push himself to the next
Oh,
level.
yeah, dude. Round three, that's why I'm like was kind of hyped because to stick with it is because round three, I'm like, okay, this is if I can get a good setup and a proper rest grip, this is what I'm capable of. Like this is to me, that was a sign of my level. And then to Auden's credit, he didn't make the same mistake twice because he was kind of trying to just go for a regular like low hand top roll, and he kind of went right into my finger containment. And as soon as I brought him back here, I was thinking about maybe gassing him out, but I was worried that he was gonna elbow foul to stop. And I didn't want I wanted to just get a pin on the board because at that point it was 2-0. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish this shit right now. Um, so I didn't like, yeah, people, I think either
Pradeep was saying that. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw.
Pradeep was saying I should have gassed him out, but Auden's not stupid. He's not going to sit against a guy with a shorter, stronger arm inside while I'm just here gassing him out. He would have, and he tried to actually, well, actually, I don't know if he tried to, but he did reposition himself and his elbow came off quite a bit. And the ref almost called it because I looked back at that round. The ref like looked at his elbow, but luckily decided to let the match or let the round continue because I think the ref was like this close to calling elbow on Auden. And if I had waited any longer, he might have just, yeah, fouled to pause the round.
Now let me ask you, brother, what was going on in the setup? So let's go back to round one. You grip up with him. What is your first thoughts in your head? Was it like, was he have a strong
My
hand?
first thoughts was, holy fuck, this guy won't shut up. I was expecting it, but once we were on the table, like I said, I was still like a little bit not, I didn't really have my head in the game as much as I should have.
Yep.
And he
And it's
really
five.
did. He had his head in the game, like
Okay.
he really got into it. So he was super aggressive, which he should be doing. Like, he should be trying to get a good setup. But he was kind of the reason I woke up because I'm there, like, just putting my arm down, and Auden's like, "What's he doing here? What's this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I gotta get like that." I gotta wake up. I gotta get because Auden, like I could tell there was an energy difference. And how energetic you can get and how fucking life or death you can get, it can kind of determine how strong you are, right?
So,
Like you really got to hype yourself up. So, um, yeah, but then the reffing was, that's a whole nother story. There was like I wasn't prepared for how lax the ref grip was gonna be because I've been practicing at Mendy's gym with Vosgin, who's WAF, like he was WAF world champ. And with Vosgin, if you fucking move a millimeter in ref grip, so when he's setting the grip, like if I cupped in at all, he'd stop, give me a foul. So that's what I was used to is don't move at fucking all in ref grip. And to my knowledge, that's the same way it is for like every federation. And I realized after the first round, that's not how it is with like East versus West, or maybe it was just this ref, but I think it's East versus West more broadly because I've seen that happen quite a bit where they allow a little more like
leniency, like there's a lot
yeah,
of moving and all that, and they were giving out warnings, but like no fouls were being issued, and
yeah.
they're still
And
moving and moving their wrist, and there's supposed to be no more moving in the wrist once you're in the ref's grip and
well
all.
that was my game plan. That was really the only um that was the only shot I had, I felt like was ref grip. So I was banking on and didn't really expect anything else. I was really just expecting that it was going to be no movement at all. And yeah, once I realized that wasn't the case, I was like, oh, well, I don't know what to do now. Because against if you're a shorter arm guy going against a long arm top roller, your best friend is a strict referee script. That's your best friend because they're going to set your webbing even, and your opponent's not going to be allowed to slide their hand back because that's loading, and that's not good for you if you're shorter, you have smaller hands. Like the last thing you want is a shallow grip. A ref grip is supposed to eliminate all that, but it wasn't happening. And what fucking annoyed me is afterwards people were kept saying like that I was too nice in the setup. They kept saying, "Oh, James, if he just had more experience, if he was meaner in the setup." Dude, yes, maybe like I could have been meaner, but I was really trying to do everything I could. I was calling out the loading and the movement to the refs, and they would just look at me like, and yeah, this is no fault of Auden. Auden should absolutely be doing everything he can to get an advantage. And like, if the refs fucking let me start like, with the cupped wrist, I'm gonna fucking start with the cupped wrist. You should be getting every advantage you possibly can. But the refs should also be there to like stop it if it's a ref script. So it was kind of
Looking back, how would you combat that now? Like, is there something you would do different? Would you just go more aggressive and not like kind of fight back even in the ref script? Because it sounds like that's what you're saying that Auden was doing. He was still, getting the movements and all, and you were kind of just relying on a fair ref grip and all.
yeah, I mean, there's not at that point, there's not too much you can do because all you can do is call out the movement and the loading. And to be fair to the refs, I think they were getting a little overwhelmed because
Yeah.
because you got me and like Auden's there saying like I'll say Auden's loading and he's saying no, he's loading. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. Shut up. And then we're both yelling at the refs. Like things are getting very heated. So I don't want to like say the refs were complete shit. I just think they were getting a little bit like the head ref was kind of like, okay, I don't know which one of you guys to listen to because you both are accusing each other of the same thing. So I'm just gonna fucking close your hands and like y'all fight it out. But that's not good for me.
You
Um,
know what it is also, man? I think it's a little tricky for the refs because, those guys are, I think they were WAF refs also that were used to being very strict and all. And then each East versus West, they're being told to be a little more lenient and also
yeah,
put in a like a real middle area where, it's
totally,
rough on them. It's either 1 minute they're being too strict or the next minute they're not being strict enough. So I kind of
totally.
understand it's got to be a little confusing for the refs themselves. And then just like you said, man, when you got Auden and Devin and you and everybody's yelling and everybody's got wants what they want, the ref also doesn't want to be the asshole that goes and ruins this on fouls and ends the match on fouls, because that would have been the worst thing and everybody would
Yes.
have been pissed.
And we've seen that happen way too many times in WAF.
Yeah.
And in terms of getting new people involved in the sport, you can't have WAF. As much as it would be good for me to have a really strict ref script, it would just end up it would just be a bunch of fouls, you know?
Be boring.
I would honestly rather lose and have a good fight than just have the whole match be fouls the entire time. Like and I've been thinking about this, like how do you exactly fix this issue? Because I feel like ref script has been a huge thing. Like it was happening to Devin in the Gennady versus Devin match, where Devin was trying to just get his normal grip, and Gennady was kind of like forcing his hand under Devin, which when the strap is applied, it's making Devin's wrist curl. And then the refs would call that on Devin for curling his wrist. And Devin's like, I'm not fucking curling my wrist. He's moving in ref script and pushing his wrist into me, which is making my hand curl. And that's why, and then people blame Devin and say Devin's fighting with the refs. But if you actually watch that match closely, Gennady was forcing Devin to kind of cup with the pressure he was applying in ref script. If the refs were doing their job, they would have actually given Gennady the warning on that. But the alternative is WAF, basically. And it's like, you don't want that either, because then it's just too boring.
Yeah, just full.
So I don't know. There needs to be some sort of like middle ground, I guess. And I like the leniency that East versus West has with stuff like elbow bobbles, because no one wants to see a fucking foul if someone's elbow comes off this much because they're like adjusting. That I'm totally on board with. But like the ref's grip, I do feel like it should be a little more.
You know what
No.
though? Now that you know that, maybe go practice, with more lenient ref grip. And, maybe this is the middle ground that we need, maybe people just got to get more used to, being more lenient in the ref grip and all, because we do got to keep it more interesting and, keep the flow going. And I understand where East versus West is going. And I mean, the match was amazing,
Yeah.
day.
It leads to a more, for sure, it leads to a more like energetic match.
Hell
Because
yeah.
you got the guys are allowed to fight with the refs, which as much as people might complain about it,
It's fun.
it's entertaining, right?
Yep.
In WAF, if you talk back to the ref, they're just like foul, that, and then it's just both guys are fucking silent, and then it's like
Takes the fun out of it, man.
yeah, it kind of takes some of the heart out of it. So I'm definitely most entertained by East versus West matches and King of the Table. They're basically like hand in hand. Those are the ones that are the most entertaining when there's just you allow a little bit of leniency. You don't necessarily have to call everything. It's like that's for sure the best thing for the sport in terms of attracting audience. But in terms of like competitors, it definitely makes it hard. Like I said, if you're pulling against someone, like it was a nightmare for me because Auden was very subtly sliding back like this and pushing his thumb pad up into my fingers. And all I can do is call it out. It's a ref script. It's not like I can fucking force his hand back down. I'm not allowed to move. So all I can do is tell the refs, hey, he's loading, he's loading, he's loading. If the refs don't want to do anything about it, then I'm literally out of options. I mean, you tell me, what can I do from there?
You just got to play the game back. I want to
Yeah.
hear from Dakota. I know you were there in person, brother. So what did you see from the audience and everything with the match? What was your thoughts of the match? Were you surprised at the outcome? Tell me your thoughts on everything.
Well, one thing I'll say before I kind of get into that I just wanted to bring up is I think you guys are right with the reffing thing. I think the big thing with the James Auden match that I think was quite apparent to most people who would watch is that it felt like the referee was not in control of the match.
Yes, exactly.
I felt like I agree with your guys' like talk on the starts and everything, but I think the biggest thing was someone watching that was going, this head referee does not have the confidence
Yeah.
that he should. Like he was listening more than he was talking to you guys. Does that make sense? And I get it's tough when it's you and Auden, and you know how like Devin and them are, and you know how and so I get that, but he needs to still be confident enough to take the match where it needs to go.
Let me ask you, what was rattling? Was it Auden, what talking and yelling at him? Was that what seemed to rattle the ref?
You're
I
asking me.
think I think it was everything. Like if you're asking me, I think that it was just the fact that I don't know, I had never seen that referee before.
Oh, he's one of
That
the head.
made
Isn't he one of the head refs? That's Hiroshio. Is that he's the
like
Turk?
that might have just been me not recognizing him. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, this guy was he
Oh
was
yeah,
yeah.
it
I
wasn't. I wasn't Hristo. If that's what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, it wasn't
It
Haristo. He
was not. It
wasn't head
wasn't. No.
refing.
No.
Just
But
so you guys all know, I was in the hospital all on painkillers just out of surgery that day. So when I'm watching this, so there's like parts of it I remember and parts of it I don't. I'm trying to,
yeah,
piece
no,
it together. So
no worries. But I mean, and I think that it was just a lot for that referee on that specific day. And then the fact that he was in the cycle of referees to get that match as his was just maybe bad luck for him, I guess.
It
But
was
like,
sorry, his name was Raphael Blinn because he commented on yeah, I think this was the guy, Raphael Blinn.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, I
but
haven't seen him.
you could just tell, like, you could just tell that he was like, oh my God. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and
Aud's
that's
telling me this, and this, and James is telling me this, and this, and I'm supposed to be setting up a grip and go. But
and I could see that happening to like I could just see he's starting to get a little overwhelmed. That's why I was trying to talk to him like this, like just normal tone of voice. Hey, listen, this is what he's doing, blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to get on the guy's case because I don't know him and I'm sure he's a great ref, but you do need someone with some like a fucking solid backbone,
We got
especially if
balls
you're
that's
gonna
gonna take control. You monsters.
yeah, especially like and because Dakota, you were saying especially with someone like Devin or Auden. Yeah, but you should get a ref that knows that coming in and doesn't care.
yeah,
Like you know who would be a great ref? Vosgin. Vosgin doesn't give a fuck who you are. He's just going to be objective. And if you talk back to him too much, he'll just be like, warning, shut the fuck up. Like he doesn't give a shit. That would be great. This guy was really trying to hear us both out, but I think he was forgetting to understand that not everything being told to him is necessarily legit. It's
Yeah.
just both guys trying to get a fucking advantage.
yeah.
So yeah, he
Israel,
was
what was your thoughts on the whole match, man? Were you surprised at the outcome? What'd you think of round three when that strap went on?
Well, yeah. After seeing round three, I really felt that after seeing your setup, I really thought that you just needed to find a way to get that setup again. It was definitely your best setup round three. And I think that played a big part into you getting into your position and actually beating him. Maybe I do think that with what you're saying, if maybe you had some stricter reffing and, went into the strap a little stricter, it could have, swayed the outcome a little bit. But you got to hand it to Auden.
it's not even sway the outcome. It's just no one wants to go home feeling like, damn, the reffing was shit. I really wanted to go home and if I got beat, it's like, okay, I fucking got beat. Like with no outside influence. No one wants to fucking go home saying, not only did I get beat, but I also feel like I got fucked over in the setup. And
Yes.
it's not a good feeling. It takes the fucking fun out of it, which I hate to say because everything else about this event was awesome. And
Yeah.
I reflect back on it positively. The build up, the training, the prep, the press conference, everything besides the actual match. When I reflect on the match, there's a little bit of bitterness because it's like this was really my only shot, I feel like, because Auden's just going to keep getting heavier. And if anything, I'm probably going to compete lighter.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the ref kind of started to soil his diaper a little bit, like around round one.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's important, man. Having a ref like you said up there that is going to assert some dominance to the arm wrestlers because it's got to be fair.
And I just want to add one thing. I keep seeing in the comments people saying like, "Oh, it's a pay-per-view, so the refs are going to let more slide," or like, "Oh, that we don't want to see this match end on fouls." And we get that, guys, but that is literally why warnings were invented.
Mm-hmm.
Is because, and that's why we keep expanding on this warning system, and we allow more fouls and we allow more warnings because we don't want to see the match end on fouls either, but we need to see some initiative taking place, and the referee needs to set a tone of this is a warning and stick with that. And if
Yeah.
you are gonna find the tone and you're gonna know, okay, if I do this, I get a warning, and you are gonna keep getting warnings until you get fouls and eventually foul out, that is completely your fault. And then that gets to the point where we're not looking at the referee and being disappointed because the referee ended that match on fouls. We're looking at the competitor who did that, and we're going, okay, this guy was given 6 warnings on this and he fouled out. That is the competitor's fault, you guys. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. And at that point, you just don't, that competitor doesn't get invited to pay-per-views anymore. If you're gonna show up and waste everyone's time because you don't listen to the ref, that's not the ref's fault. That's your fault. And you don't get
Yeah.
invited to any more pay-per-views until you clean up your act. Not saying that's like Auden. I'm just saying
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying I agree with your opinion on that's what warnings are for. Is like it's like a soft foul. It's like, hey, if you do that again, you're gonna get a foul. Um, so yeah, but they only gave out like a couple warnings that match. So
Let me ask you, James, what was all your family and friends? What was your thought? What was their thoughts? You know, I know you have a huge following and all. Did all your fans, did they watch? They tune in that day? They buy the pay-per-view?
yeah, I mean, a lot of them did. Some people were mad they lost money, but I was like, one guy commented that like I told him to bet on me because I made a story saying
You owe money.
I said bet the wife and kids on Jam. I'm gonna win this. Which like obviously I'm kidding. It's a bet, I don't know if I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe some people were upset about that. If you lost money on me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose. Okay.
What was the reaction of like the fitness world and all? Because I know they've seen you going all in with arm wrestling, and probably a lot of guys are probably like scratching their head, like, why is this guy doing this, man? He's got such a bright future in bodybuilding and all, and now he's
No, I
risking.
mean, I think people know that like I'm not done with bodybuilding, so they were just like most people were just excited that I did it. They didn't really care about the outcome.
I'm happy to hear that. That's great.
Yeah, and I had some friends of mine watch the whole thing, like buy the pay-per-view and watch the whole thing, like guys in the fitness industry, which made me really happy that like I had a lot of friends at home putting time in just so to watch me and buying the pay-per-view, you
Do
know.
you have any interest? Is any of the guys hitting you up like, yo, where can I get into arm wrestling or asking about like how to join?
Um, I just think generally the interest has gone up. Like among fitness guys, there's a arm wrestling table at Young LA Gym now. So people who come in, I see people arm wrestling on it. People see that I'm taking it seriously. People see that Lex Little, he's starting to take it a little more seriously, and he's got a huge following. And then Devin, mentions I walk in the day after the match, everyone's doing like rehab stuff in the gym. First thing, first thing when I walk into the gym, Devin says, "Hey, what do you think about a left arm match between Lex and Milo?" And I'm like, "Oh, it could be a good match." I'm like, air arm wrestling with Milo, and I'm like, "Oh, you feel strong. I don't know, Lex might have you." Devin tags him on a story at Lex Little, like posting that clip, and Lex reposted it and said, "I'm down." So,
Jeez.
dude, next Challenger series, that would be pretty fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get Lex in there.
Who's on your radar next, bro? Because that's my next question is who's gonna get that smoke?
Anyone else?
Let's find
I
you a good
can't deal
one
with
though,
this.
man.
I can't deal with the stress of Auden at the table again, bro. That shit gave me an aneurysm.
I want to see somebody in your weight class though, bro. I want to see somebody like you guys evenly matched.
Yeah,
Same. weight.
I mean, I don't fault the weight class thing. I was the one who said no weight class because I
No, no,
knew like
I know that. I know you're a
yeah,
man, and you had no problem with that. But we as fans want to see, even pound for pound, what you can do, man. Because I think everybody was kind of shocked at the level you were at. I think a lot of people are underestimating you, and after seeing that round three, I've been hearing about you in practice and guys that you're pinning. So I really want to see where you stack up in the weight class. I'm thinking like 198s, let you loose in there, and
yeah. I was
you know,
thinking, well, in terms of like East versus West weight classes, um, 95 if I'm on a bulk and 85. I'm down to cut down to 85 because I think I could just slaughter people there because I kind of got cutting down to a science from bodybuilding. And then if I can cut 10 pounds and water cut the remaining down to 85 kilo, and it's 24-hour weigh-ins, so you can rehydrate like basically all that weight back. Yeah, I think I could be a
what is
menace.
85 kilograms pounds wise?
I think it's like would be
Is
20
that
pounds.
176?
It would be 20 pounds less than
No.
209.
186, right?
180.
187 is 85.
187.
Sorry. Yeah,
185,
187.
186. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice
So
weight for you, bro. I think that is a good one.
yeah, because when I was on stage at my bodybuilding show, I was 182, but that was like completely fucking shredded. But I
Yeah.
think I could cut down to like 195 comfortably and then just water cut the remaining, 8 pounds or whatever it is. So
Well,
Hey guys in the chat, I'm interested to hear who would you guys like to see him go up against next in a possible.
I was thinking like Robbie K could be good, but I do think he's a good bit above me. So I'd need some time to get strong for that. And also I'd probably want to do it left arm with him. My right
Robbie
elbow,
Karstendijk?
Yeah,
yeah.
Robbie Carson.
Yeah.
He might be maybe a little too far right now. I mean,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's too
yeah.
strong, so I would need some time. I'd need like, probably
I'd like
like
to see somebody maybe a little less high level than that. Like,
Devin was actually the one who suggested Robbie. He thinks it would be a good match. And so did Chance. And I would agree with you, Paul. I'm like, I don't know, man. I
I'm
think
starting to think Devin don't like you too much, bro.
yeah, he's gonna
I'm
recommend
playing, man.
LeVon after that, dude.
I'm
Yeah, you
teasing
gotta
you,
keep
man.
Well, I think stylistically it would be a pretty good match just because I think it would go right into the hook and you guys it would be power for power, and that could be a good match because if you
Bro,
get what you want, James, you're pretty
Robbie,
strong.
yeah, Robbie's right there next to Craig Toulier and
I know.
Brown. That's the only thing that scares
Yeah.
me, little man, is
Yeah.
he's really high up there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Robbie's the real
I
deal.
think
For
there's
sure.
somebody else that we could fit in before that, and then have that maybe after that. I think that we could find.
Well, for now, I need to take a little bit of a break unless
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but
oh, you're good.
Benji Mack just nailed it. Yo, Tim Lewis might be a good one for you, bro. Right hand,
Lewis.
Tim Lewis. Now, you said your left is better than your right, James?
Mine, no, but I think compared to arm wrestlers, yeah, because most arm wrestlers, their left and right is like here.
Okay.
Mine's like
I've
here.
pulled Tim.
Yeah,
I've
you want
pulled
to
Tim,
go right.
James.
Yeah,
I think you beat Tim right-handed.
left, I
I
wouldn't
think
go.
I think left-handed is a fun match between you guys.
Okay.
I think because I have
Him I
to.
have at the door as a gatekeeper of the left hand elites.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. He's up there. He's real.
James's containment is the real deal, guys. Like I after pulled James. This was after his match with Auden when he was getting like and I've pulled a lot of them good guys, and I like James. Your containment is very good. Like it correlated great to the table, especially on the strap. And your drag, like when you go sideways with that hook, is really good. And it'd be tough to stop that. I think, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to
I
sit
like
and
that
think
Tim
about it
Lewis
for a bit.
match, man. I think that's a good one, and it looks good too, like visually. Because
Yeah.
they're both jacked, like friggin' pit bulls going at it.
Biceps.
I
Yeah.
mean, I would need if like I feel like Chance thinks a bit highly of me. If Chance just takes my level down a little bit from where he thinks I am and gives me a match at that lower level, I'm down to go right back to Challenger Series and promote it just as hard. But I want a left-hand match because my right is dude, I'm gonna try to stop fucking self-diagnosing it, but I thought it was my UCL, which is up here, but then I've noticed the pain is actually down here, like in my funny bone, which is the I think it's like the radial nerve or the ulnar nerve or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
notice it when I rest my arm in my car, like
Yeah.
rest on the center console.
Goes numb.
it almost feels like I'm poking the nerve, like as if the nerve is exposed, even though it should be covered by a sheath.
You
It
know what
feels
you got to try doing, brother? Nerve slides. Go look up how to do the ulnar nerve slides.
I
And
go to a bodywork guy, Michael Delacorte. He's super good. And every time I go to him, I feel better. But arm wrestling is a lot of torque. And I just think I need to get some imaging done at this point because I keep trying to like diagnose it and I think it's UCL. And then I'm like, no, the pain isn't in my UCL. I can rub over the UCL hard. It doesn't hurt at all. If there was a tear there, that would hurt. But down here is where it hurts. So now I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it is.
you know what it could be, bro, is you got a lot of inflammation. You've been doing a lot of hard training, so it could be compressing the nerve, and that's what you're feeling, So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something to try. Try doing the nerve slide. Tell your boy, try the ulnar nerve slide, see how that works. Also talk with Lachlan. Lachlan is very, knowledgeable with that, and get
Yeah.
that all worked out. And yeah, you said you got a bunch of bodybuilding shows now coming up. So now you got to kind of transition back into the competing and on getting on stage soon, right?
Yeah, I got one that I've signed up for. It's a pro show. It's in November. So yeah, I gotta switch gears, but like building arm wrestling strength in the off season, uh I found it's goes pretty hand to hand with bodybuilding as long as you have the free time to do it. Because it does mean you're gonna have to be in the gym like 3 hours a day. But as long as you have the free time and the means, as in like you're not working a hard labor job 12 hours a day, because then it's going to be too much to recover from. But for me, it's like this is my job, so being able to chill for most of the day, eat, sleep nice, I'm able to fit in both my arm wrestling and my bodybuilding workout. But yeah, I mean, prepping for Auden, I started to lose bodybuilding a little bit because I was so locked in on this match for like the last month or so. But just in terms of getting stronger and getting ready for like a new opponent, I can totally still train for it. So I don't want people to think that I'm just like gonna stop training arm wrestling just because I got this show coming up. If anything, it'll give me some better forearms on stage. I can hit a little forearm pose on stage.
Hell
So
yeah,
That would be sick.
bro. That's what's up, man. So I want to go through a couple of the matches that took place. Want to get what was everybody's favorite match of the night? What was the one that stuck out to you? Start off
Matt
with
Mass, Brad Grundy. Matt Mass,
yes.
Brad Grundy.
Holy shit, that was amazing. Brad really real deal, man. I don't think anybody
Let's go,
expected that
Brad.
performance.
Let's
That
fucking
was just
go.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the way with the press conference, the way it went, Matt was sounding so confident, and Brad didn't look that confident, but as soon as he got on the table, holy shit, man. What'd you think, Israel? Did Brad surprise you?
Honestly, he did because beating Matt Mask is it's a pretty big task. And seeing the match that they had left-handed, I just thought that that would be accentuated right-handed a little more just because it's both of their, strong arms. But
Mhm.
clearly, Brad is just leveling up like crazy. The dude is like a giant killer at this point. He beat Rick Heidelberg back in Canada, I think, like a few months ago, and now he beats Matt Mask. I mean, the dude is on a tear. He's really making a name for himself.
Yeah.
And Pavlo, man.
And
And
Well, yeah, I can't forget that Pavlo match. That was
Yeah,
Dakota,
crazy
what's
dude.
your
too.
thoughts, man? Isn't Matt? You're on Matt's team, right?
Dude, I travel everywhere with Matt, man. We train all the time. And I gotta say, like we went to Brad's house the next day and I after pulled with Brad for like 2 hours, dude. And I gotta say, like, he is way more intelligent than I had like suspected he would be. And it was actually funny listening to him and Matt talk because they both agreed that it was very close strength wise and that the only difference was it was all setup based as well. Um, so I don't know if you guys really noticed, but in the first round, Brad takes the foul and gets the strap off. And Brad is well, from what it sounded like, he was convinced that Matt would have won that if he wouldn't have done that. And then he on the second strap, he felt much better. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I know Brad has other things he wants to do, which is cool. But I know Matt really wants to run that one back. Like like Matt's got Lars coming up, and then that's gonna happen. But I think down the road those guys are going to meet again, and I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I got to give my hats off to Brad. Like, it was super fun. Like, I was obviously right in Matt's corner, so I got to see that match like head on, and Brad just did everything properly. And I mean, I gotta give him credit. Like, he did really well.
Were you in shock in the corner, bro? Like when it went?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You could probably see it if you watch back. You can probably see it. Like round one, I was like, "This is nuts." I did not see this coming. And then because Matt has that flop, but like he does, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? But the thing is Matt is just also super strong. So I was thought if Matt held on enough that he maybe would eventually find a lane, maybe not in the press, but in the hook. But round three went to a hook. And then it was still, so I was like, you know what? Brad just played his cards right and he did everything he needed to do. So like hats off to him, man.
Hell yeah. I just want to say I love both athletes and all. But I was so proud of Brad that day, man, just because I know that was like his dream match to win, and he got that win. He looked super, super amazing just in all aspects, man. So shout out to Brad. Really a great performance and all.
He top rolled Matt, right? Because I was watching this in person from a distance. Because I think I was still coming down from like the match I just had. But didn't he top roll Matt?
Yeah. So round one, when it goes, I think the biggest difference is Brad had full riser integrity. Like Brad was like this, and Matt kind of teeters out sometimes because of that low hand. And Brad pretty much just got an over enough that Matt ended up like this, and Matt had to hop into a flop. And then after that, like once Matt kind of goes to that flop and he starts really pushing, it can be troublesome for him to recover, especially because Brad, I felt like had pretty good endurance the whole time. Like he kept a high level. And then, yeah, he just was doing that really high. Like I kept yelling because Brad's elbow was going off the front of the pad. But because Matt has such a long arm and a really big hand, like Brad was saying, he likes pulling big handed guys because he can pretty much just wrap right around their thumb and feel really comfortable. So his elbow was pretty much as forward as he could get, and he was just setting straight up and down. And then
Was
Matt
that
was
ref
kind of
grip?
trying to get that as well. But
Was that ref's grip? Or did they just agree on a grip?
no, I don't think it was ref script.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
'cause I was gonna
they
say
agreed on the grip. Brad was pretty
in
easy.
ref script, they were pulling me and Auden, both of our risers down.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really thinking, so I was just like I was focused on the ready go. But Auden was like, I think he said at a couple of points, like, why are you pulling my riser down? You know?
Dude,
Because they
that's
were
the thing I hate the most right there, man.
yeah, and like I'm with Auden on that one, especially with me. Like I got the shorter arm. If anything, give me a fucking riser. Because if I'm down like this, there was one round, I think we slipped out of it or something, where like Auden was up like this, and I'm the one with the riser dumped. And I wish I could just go back and fucking tell myself, like, James, talk to the ref, tell the ref that. But I was so like, you can only focus on so many things during the match.
Yep. You
And
get
you
that tunnel
really,
vision, bro.
yeah, you get the tunnel vision. You don't want to miss the ready go. So you're just focused on like, okay, rat. And you're not even, at least with me, like I wasn't even thinking about like, wait, why is my hand down like this? And the taller guy's hand is up like this in a ref script.
And you know what that is, bro?
Experience.
Experience.
I
It's
know, I
just,
know, I
you know.
know.
But
It sucks, but
James,
it's true.
the thing is you're going to go through 20, 30 super matches and you're still going to be beating yourself up after,
Yep.
win or lose, because it no matter what, you always think back to that one piece that
The
would
little
have put the
detail that you're
puzzle
like, fuck,
together.
if I could have just did that.
Yeah. It,
Yeah,
it doesn't get any better.
I was proud of round three though, because I felt like I felt like as we close our hands, I'm like, okay, I got this one. I just felt good there.
Bro, you had me going nuts in the hospital. I'm
Yeah.
screaming and shit. I was so proud of you for that one, man. I was like, that is official, man. And the way
Dude,
like
yeah.
you could tell them there, and you could see all your aggression just came out. You were like, finally got something right there. That was great for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was bitching about the refs earlier, but I just want to clarify, not all the fuck ups were because of the refs. Some of the like a lot of the fuck ups were because of me. And I'll tell you a couple of them. One was well, round one, that was just a false start that wasn't called. And even Auden afterwards was like, yeah, I don't, because I told Auden, I was like complaining to him about it. He's like, yeah, I don't know why they didn't call that shit, bro. But then round two, a mistake I made was that, again, with the tunnel vision, I gripped deep, but trying to slip. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
So that one was just a legit flash pin. That wasn't like false start or whatever. That was just like I gripped deep because I was so focused on you always grip deep and rise
Yep.
that I wasn't even thinking when you're trying to slip, you do the opposite and pull your hand back so that he gets a shallow grip so that it's easier to slip. So then I tried slipping and like he's just completely wrapped around my hand because of my own mistake. Like I'd gripped him super deep. So then round three is when like in the outside of straps, I backed all the fucking way up as much as I could. Like this is ref script, so I can't back up too much, but I really tried to like pull my hand back. And then slipping was super easy. I also wiped my forehead so I could get all my forehead grease on there and
Use the Florida greasiness. Hell yeah.
yeah, dude, I actually did. I wiped it on Jason's head too. I was getting all the fucking forehead grease on there.
Oh my
So
God.
that I was slippery.
Yeah,
But
another match that I got to make mention of, man, is our other Florida guy, and that was Matt King. Holy shit, bro.
yeah.
Was fucking amazing. I love
Yeah.
that on Friday night during their press conference, his opponent, I don't know how to say his
Was
name.
it Bios and
Violence and Tulis.
yeah.
Antolis, yeah.
He was so confident, and you could see Matt was real nervous in the press conference and all. And if you just took from what went down at the press conference, you'd be like, shit, Matt doesn't have a shot. Then the match actually went down, and I was so proud of Matt. I'm like, holy shit, that hand is no joke. What a wall he is,
Yeah.
bro. And you could see on Bios' face, bro. He had no answer. He didn't know what to fucking do. So shout out to Matt King, man. That kid's got to get a lot more spotlight on him. We all know him in Florida for some time now. He's only in the sport like 3 years, but he's the top of the food chain down in Florida, just smashing everybody. He's at every tournament every month and all. This dude is going to really make some waves out there. So I encourage everybody, promoters and all, get him on the cards, man. Get him on the Knuckles Up. Get him on the next Challenger Series. Definitely. This dude is no joke. That hand is serious for sure.
And it's just he's just a big dude. Like he doesn't look super jacked in pictures or whatever, but when you meet him in person, he's just got that like thick build, like thick wrists, big hands, thick hands. Like I shook his hand or whatever after the match, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
My hand just got
No,
lost in your hand, dude.
no joke. And he's such a quiet, respectful guy and all.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much noise, But I hit him up and I wanted to get him on the show. We're gonna get him on soon. He said he still lost his voice, but as soon as it's back, we'll get him on there. And I definitely want to put spotlight on him because he represented Florida great that day.
You
Another
know who
one,
else is a really fucking cool dude? Dane Sellers. That guy is a G.
God,
That
bro.
guy is a fucking G.
Bro, the way he put that dude, the one that was went against Hunter Nouse, I think it was
Patrick Berg.
and
Berg,
Pat
yeah.
was talking about shit on us Americans, and Dane just stepped up and was like, "Listen, Swedish fish." I was just like, "Yeah,
No, it
real
was
good, my
funny. It
man."
was funny.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm just
train with
saying,
Dane when I'm over in my Florida spot. He's over in Fort Lauderdale. He holds a practice at his house and everything. And I remember going over there, and he was like brand new, dude. He was only a few months in, and I mean, he just smashed everybody right from the beginning. Just nobody had nothing for him. I'm like, this dude is gonna be the next big thing, man. And the intensity he comes with and all, and to see him going against that guy Ahmed, which I think Ahmed's like world class. He's been in 15 plus years,
yeah,
and
he
here
is.
Dane's only in 2 years and gave him a match like that. You're like, holy shit, bro.
Pinned him round one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Cody Merritt needs some credit too, man.
Yeah, please tell me about that. That is the match. I didn't get to see that one yet. So catch me up. How did that go? What was your thoughts? All that.
Cody dominated him, dude.
For real? Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
I was warming up for this during this match. I didn't even get to see this one. How'd it go?
Yeah.
Who was it against again?
Eric Falgren.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Dude, well, the big thing for me was like everyone I talked to was like, yeah, I think Eric's got this. And then Cody came out there and just 3-0'd. Like, just got what he wanted. I didn't have the best angle. I'd want to watch it again to kind of see. But like he did everything he needed to do, and he set up a really fun match with him and Travis.
Cody's a super nice guy too.
Yeah.
He's another
Yeah,
one.
man.
Like,
Cody's big too, man.
yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first time I met him in person. He is big. Yeah. But no, it was super good. All the matches in general were fun. I think it was interesting too because the Eastern people had to travel over. And I think it kind of showed that maybe that can play a little bit more of a factor than what we thought. Because I mean, most of the Swedes lost. Like Patrick Berg lost, Eric lost, Vios lost right-handed. Brent,
Erica.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't.
Um,
What was it that you were talking about? Travis and Cody. They're gonna set up a match, or what were you? What were you
I
talking
think they
about?
have a match coming up.
Oh, really?
They're
Wow,
number
that's
one
gonna
in
be
North
real
America.
interesting. Dude,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy. What do you
With
guys think
Lefty?
after? Yeah, lefty, number one North America left-handed.
Yeah.
And since we're in it, why don't we just go into that? What do you guys, what do you guys think about after seeing, the Beast's performance against Derek? Like, how do you guys feel about the way that it would go with Cody?
I think if Travis wins that, he solidifies the legitimacy of this comeback. That's where I'm at. I think Derek was something Travis took because he was quite confident. Because if Travis lost this match or it was even close,
It's over.
the train slows down. Um, I think Cody's somebody that Travis could have a battle with and still have some legitimacy. And I think if Travis runs through that match, all of a sudden everyone's like, okay, this left hand is back. We're excited to see where this is going. Let's give him somebody.
Who do you think wins if they had that tomorrow, James?
Travis versus Cody.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I got Travis. I think a part of it is momentum. Momentum is super underrated. It's not just about how strong you are, it's about your trajectory. And if you keep like just putting people down, like I think the comeback, he's been building up his confidence, and then he has this match with Derek and pretty much just rolls right through him. I didn't see I love Derek, but like I didn't see too much of a challenge there. Um, so I think that momentum is just gonna like carry him forward into the next match. But
What do
I'm
you
still
think
with
on the
either guy
next
winning.
match with the right arm, though? He's got Sergey.
Oh
He's
yeah.
going to be as dominant with the right arm.
I mean,
That's where I get a little nervous. The only
yeah,
reason
I don't
why
know,
I'm a
but
little nervous, bro, is I don't know if you remember the last match that he had was right arm was against Saban. I think it was like 2018, 2019, and that's when he popped his pec.
His pack.
He's never competed with the right arm since then. So that's the only reason why I'm a little nervous, man, because we don't know
yeah.
how to hold up.
But I mean, I don't know how that match will go because I don't really know where Sergey's at right now, and I don't know where Travis's right is at right now. But Travis is one of those people. Usually people are more excited about righty than lefty, but Travis is one of those people. People are more excited about lefty than righty, which is cool. And I think that's a trend that needs to continue, dude, because it's been basically just like mainly right hand focused in the arm wrestling world for the last few years. And
For the
now we're
last forever, man.
well, yeah, yeah, but definitely like more so the last few years, especially because Devin's been doing this pumpkin training,
Yeah.
and Devin is, a huge component of arm wrestling, and he only takes right-handed matches, at least on like East versus West level. So it would be super cool. Like imagine seeing Devin Larratt, East versus West, left-handed match. That would
Against
be sick.
Travis. How about
Yeah.
Travis?
Yeah, bro,
Damn,
that
bro.
would
Yeah.
be crazy. Imagine the
That's the
pay-per-view that
one.
would bring in, dude. Holy shit.
So this is what I want to see. I want to see Travis go. Let's get the legitimacy and know that he's doing the real comeback. Let's see him beat Cody. Then let's see that match left hand, him and Devin, the two best shit talkers of all time in arm wrestling. Let's let it loose.
Yeah, I mean, if he beats Cody convincingly, then RIP Devin, dude. And left arm,
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah.
be tough because Devin's like 230 right now. I mean, he
And
was
that's
like
the only thing that's
20 something after his fast. Now he's probably built his way back up to 235 or something. What's Travis like 270
70. Yeah,
now?
270.
Yeah, I think they would need to agree on maybe like a 105 kilo match or else I don't think Devin's gonna want to take it. Does Devin want to do 115 at this point?
I don't think so. Dude, Travis also has like unlimited aura, bro. Like he just walks into the room and like I've seen a lot of arm wrestlers walk out. Like Matt is intense, Devin is intense. There's a lot of intense pullers, but Travis really pulls you in to want to root for him. Like he does those little things that like make you just go like, yeah, this guy's a badass. Like when he walked out and he walked right up to Derek and he just like puffed his chest out at him quick and then like turned around and he's like, ah, he's like, ah. And then just when he's talking about himself, like you just believe him. Like he's like, I am the, and it's just like, okay, man, I see you.
And he'll completely make some shit up, but you still believe him. And you know it's made up, and you're like, I'm gonna believe it anyway because he's saying it. Bro. Yeah. You know,
That also
Matt and Travis are like tied for aura, dude, especially on the table. When I see Matt and Matt's pull, I'm just like, holy shit. I'm in the presence of a god right now.
Dude, he just does this thing when he's up there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because now that you've met him, like he's not like that at all when he's not pulling.
He's kind of quiet from what I've noticed.
He's very to himself. If you talk to him, he'll talk to you. And like I obviously see kind of a different side of him because I know him quite well.
You
but
guys
like,
need to go have a couple Jaeger bombs with him, man, and then go see.
Dude, he's still pretty chill, man.
Yeah, but he gets wild, man. He's a lot of fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a good time.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, I think even if Travis doesn't do well against Sergey right-handed, it doesn't stop the left-hand train, which I think is something good for Travis. But I think Travis is the kind of guy that's going to go out there and win it and then just constantly bring that up, even though it has nothing to do with his left.
Well, if he beats Kalinichenko, that would set it up. I mean, he could have a match with like Vovoda right-handed. Aren't they like 1-1 in history right-handed?
Yeah, I think is Vovoda still pulling though?
Yeah, I think Travis would go right through Vovoda right now.
John
right-handed
beat Vovoda.
Yeah.
Like I love John, he's awesome, but I think that like the John of today is not quite,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah, I understand.
So what do you guys think of, for the fans and for the pay-per-views, Devin versus Travis right-handed open weight? So Devin would probably come in like 240 and Travis comes in whatever weight he wants, 280, 270.
Right-handed?
That would be fucking crazy.
I don't think right-handed. That's
not right-handed.
You think even with a 50-pound weight advantage?
Yeah, because Travis might be able to flash him one round, but I think that to get that stop. Once that stops there, it's over.
You think weight matters that little? Like that's
I think it's just Devin, bro.
It's just Devin.
It's Devin, bro. It's that dude is just different. You know?
He punches above. Yeah.
I don't think that. I think if there's an open weight, I don't think Devin comes in at 240. Devin's the kind of guy who would just literally, he's just.
You think he'd bulk back up? I don't think
at least 250, 260.
Yeah, man, and to take a risk of losing to Travis and have to hear him for the rest of his life. Bro. He's gonna.
You got to remember, James. There's like 30 years of history right there. He's not giving that up.
I mean, they both went back and forth. You know, you could say at the beginning Travis was the man of arm wrestling, and then recently in the last 5 years, Devin is now the king of arm wrestling. So you got that animosity behind there too. I'm sure Travis would love to get his payback and to be the man again in the arm wrestling world.
I think fresh for fresh right now, maybe it'd be a match just because there's a big weight difference.
Right.
I just think left hand, bro. I think we're still got a match between them two left hand because I'm seeing Travis back, bro, but I'm only seeing 6 months of dedicated hardcore training back. Where Devin, bro, is just Devin's Devin. He never stops. So it's left is not his bread and butter, but I remember at the Olympia, Devin was a couple notches above Travis on the left. And that was
how long would Travis have to be training for, Paul, for you to think that him and Devin isn't a match anymore? Like, how much longer would you give him? Like, if he keeps this consistency?
I think, we got football season coming up. That's the problem, bro. So if you eliminated football season, I'd say another 6 months to a year, he'll be untouchable. But with football season coming up, I feel like we're going right back to, zero again. He's going to stop and he's traveling and watching football and all. So if he just took this for real, I'm giving him 6 months under his belt right now of training. I think if he did another straight 6 months the way that he did, taking what he's taking, 1 year, he's back to being the beast, but will that happen? My fingers are crossed. But you guys also got to remember, football season is here, and he loves football. And I mean, he has every right to, man. It's his son's time to shine. Travis already did it,
Yeah.
But there's a couple other matches we gotta get touched before we call it a night, man. And the other dude is Hunter Nobbs, bro. I want to make mention of this because I seen him getting a lot of hate on the internet, bro. And I'm just like, dude, scratching my head. Like I see guys coming at him and saying, oh, that guy Pat Berg's nobody and all. And I'm like, yo, guys, you guys might not have known, but Hunter has been doing this for like 3 years now. I remember running into him in Olympia in Florida. I think it was 3 years back, and he just spanked everybody. I think the only person to beat him that day was Alan Fisher. I mean, the dude he was in the lighter weight class then. I think it was 154, 165. But I mean, that's when I first noticed this dude, and I said, this dude is going places for real. Now he's been just going around smashing everybody and leveling up like crazy. Goes and wins the 154 round robin, goes into the 176, goes and destroys that. Everybody's like, holy shit, didn't see that coming. But now his own Americans, the guys that should be so proud, like, yo, dude, we got somebody that's going to smash in the East. They're all talking shit. And they're like, yo, that dude ain't nothing. And what's up with that, man? What do you guys think, man? Why is he catching his hate like
Wait,
that?
why are they talking shit?
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, Paul. But like, I gotta say, like, I'm a Hunter Noss guy now after seeing that, dude. I want to see this guy get a serious match because he did everything he needed to.
I can't remember his name. He pulled at East versus West. He's Paul Lynn's guy. He's from the South. He was the one that was going at him.
Doug Ehrlich.
Doug Ehrlich. That's where
Ehrlich.
the hate was
Yeah.
coming, bro. Doug Ehrlich
Yeah.
went under a post, and he kind of like went straight at Hunter and kind of discredited and everything. And
Wait, where does all this shit talking take place, bro? Is it on Facebook?
There's
or what?
yeah,
Dude,
Facebook, bro.
Facebook.
It's mostly Facebook. You gotta all these guys are like 30, 40, bro. It's Facebook.
Dude,
hey, it's Facebook, man.
arm
Yeah.
wrestling is an old dude Facebook thing, man.
bro.
Literally.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I can't wait until it phases into like the Instagram fucking era, and then I
Dude,
can
We're
talk
trying,
shit.
but it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Everybody I talk to is like, no, I don't have Instagram, but like, you can add me on Facebook.
I
I'm
know,
like,
dude.
bro.
It's crazy.
Want me to add you on MySpace too, bro? What the
Yeah.
fuck? I get that all the time. Like, yeah, just add me as a friend on Facebook. I'm like, dude, I can't remember my login info. I'm not gonna.
Let me ask you guys: do you guys think that Doug Ehrlich is justified coming at Hunter like that and kind of like
What was he? What was his issue?
Yeah.
he
What
felt
do you
like, I guess he's like he felt that Hunter thinks he's better than he is, and Hunter going up to that 176 and getting wins right away. I think he thinks he needs to go through the field of 176 North American guys.
Yeah, people were talking about him, like him having a match with Doug, and that's where Doug came in to defend himself, saying like, "Whoa, guys, like, listen up here. Like, he is not on my level. Blah blah blah. Like, and if he wants, I can show him any day of the week that I am still the guy."
Didn't he win the qualify? Didn't he win the round robin?
Yeah.
No, Hunter Noss has been on a tear, man. He's been beating everyone.
Why doesn't Doug just beat him and prove it?
Yeah, that's what I was about.
I think he's trying to big league him right now, just trying to act like he's not even in his realm, doesn't even deserve a match with him.
But Israel, I thought you just said that he said any day of the week I can show him. As in,
Yeah.
Well, no, he did. I think there's a little nervousness in there.
What Doug said was that he called him out 2 years ago for $2,000 or something, and there was no answer back from Hunter. Nobody heard anything. So
2 years ago, when he was a year in.
Yeah, it was a while back, and he never heard it.
That's way different, though.
So I guess that's what Doug was feeling. I'm just a little confused, man, because Doug's from us. He's a West guy, and I thought we should all be supporting each other. He just beat the East, which our West guys been getting our asses kicked, for the most part at East versus West, and it's really refreshing to see the West guys winning and winning pretty dominantly. So that's why I was a little taken back when I seen him going after Hunter. And then just to know Hunter, bro, I gotta admit, bro, I think Hunter would murder Doug, dude. I don't even think that's a close match right there, bro. I've watched Hunter going around, bro. That dude is no joke. That hit is lethal. What's your guys' thoughts on that, man? Who wins in a match?
I
Doug?
don't know. I don't know it well enough, but I think from what you're saying, they just need to have a match and fucking get it over with, dude.
Hey, I'm with that, man. Promoters, you hear that, bro? Let's make that shit happen for
Oh,
real.
have a super match in someone's fucking garage and just settle that shit.
Literally, it's like, oh, we got guys beefing over who would win. What's a good way to solve this? Huh? Maybe we
Let's
should
put a
see who would
match up.
win.
Dakota, who wins that match, bro?
Dude, I don't know enough about Doug. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I would have to watch it. But I mean, from what I have seen from Hunter, this guy leaks confidence, man. I would pick him over like anyone that he tells me he's gonna beat after meeting this guy. Dude, I was in the sauna with Matt, and Matt needed like a pound to go or something, and we were just chilling, and Hunter came in. He's just going on. He's like, I'm gonna kill this dude, you guys. How y'all doing? He's got that accent. I wish I had an accent.
He is funny, man. That guy's funny.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
good
so
time.
funny. I was like, damn, this guy's gonna win. Like,
Nope.
get me on arm bet right now.
Yo, I
And
was
you know
over
what?
in Texas, man, at a AWU event, and the whole place, Hunter had a super match against I forgot who it was. It was like one of their top dudes over there, and the whole place was like, "Oh, this dude Hunter's gonna get murdered. This is the top dude," and I was the only one that knew Hunter, and I'm like, "No way, bro!" And I ended up betting somebody $200 there, and bro, Hunter just went right through him. The whole crowd mouth was on the floor of how fast he did it, bro. That dude Hunter is no joke, and I will always bet on that kid. And what I hear from his team, it doesn't matter weight classes with him, bro. He'll go against super heavies and just smashes these dudes because it's that hit, bro, is just so deadly. But another person that I seen
Damn,
that
I want
got
to
up
pull this.
in the stir of things during this whole big post on Facebook between all the old guys and all was Corey Miller. Corey Miller seen this and he's like, yo, I'm the Flash, bro. Like, everybody's like saying how quick Hunter is and all. So, he definitely, from that performance, he definitely pushed on a lot of the top guys in North America were like, like, holy shit, dude, they want some of that. So I think there's going to be some good matches coming from that. But that was definitely one of them that stuck out to me.
And it's crazy, man. He beats you and he'll smile right at you right after, man.
Hell yeah. What about Andre Shark, bro? Andre Shark is leveling up like for real, dude. He was like so amazing that day, man. Shout out
Bro, that
to
guy is.
Andre. What was your thoughts on that, Israel? Were you surprised
Dude,
that?
honestly, the way he's been going, though, man, that guy he's a monster, man. I mean, I've been seeing the work he's been putting in the last like 5 years, really dedicating into it, and it's showing now, man. The dude is on a different level now. He's strong.
For real. And when you practice with him, man, because I get to train with him in Florida, he makes you feel like you're right next to him power wise, like always. Like he's not that guy that's just like ego pulling you, and you always you're thinking like, oh shit, did I really give him some? Is he really trying? But after seeing all these perform, you realize this dude is just toying with you in practice. He can do anything he wants with you.
He's scary, man.
Yeah,
Like when you're
he's the
looking
real
at him, you're
deal,
like,
bro.
when you talk to him, he's chilling everything. Like it was awesome meeting him, but I was like, this guy looks like the Terminator, man.
He's like an assassin, right?
Yeah, he's like a hitman, bro.
He's like a
That's what I was
KGB
thinking,
If
bro.
he
It's
had a
crazy.
barcode on the back of his head, I would not talk to him.
Dude, yeah.
That is funny. James, did you get to hang out with Shark at all?
I didn't get to hang out with him too much, but he was nice to me actually. He DM'd me and wrote something nice, just said like good job and stuff. But dude, when I was at the press conference, I had a perfect like rear diagonal view of his brachialis, like
Yeah.
this bump here.
Yeah.
Dude, this shit looked like someone put a golf ball in his arm and sewed it back up. Like it was 3D break, like and just the way he was sitting there, just like a hitman, just like staring down the other guy
Yeah,
and
bro.
to him and just like it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude,
And on the table, I mean, he just like stonewalled the other guy. It was almost like a mismatch from what I saw.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Emil was gonna do more actually, but I think we got a good nickname for Andre. We got to change his nickname. It's Andre
He's the
Hitman
shark,
Shark.
but he needs the hitman, dude. That sounds so much better.
Sorry, Alan Ford, my Canadian friend, but this guy's
The
taking
real
it.
deal hitman, bro.
So where is Andre Shark? He's 105 kilo, right? Or is he
I,
115?
I believe he is 105.
Where do you
Well, I
guys
know
see
pound
him?
wise, so he's like a 220, right? He's a
Yeah, he's
220.
100.
220,
He
230,
can do
yeah.
100. He pulled
Oh,
105 though.
Okay,
oh
okay.
shit. So he could cut down to 95 if he wanted.
Wow, yeah, he could.
Yeah.
Dude, where
Right
is
there.
he? 95, like, is he like world, like he's gotta be,
He's
I
top
mean,
dog in the 220s in the right and left. We had him out at Washington States. We did a four-way round robin with Brandon El Sorcer, Jordan Sill, Jacob Abbott, and I believe it was him and Brandon were first and second. I don't remember
Yep.
if he won it that day, but he's definitely top of the food chain in that 220-pound class. Like,
I think they had like a super match and they both went shirtless or something like that, right?
yes,
That's what
that
it
was the
was.
four-way. That was the four-way at the end.
Oh, that was the
They
four
took,
way. That
yeah,
was
they
the.
took the shirts off and all that.
But James, just to answer your question, Sharky is untested at the world level because I would say he's now getting to that point where everybody is recognizing that he's probably there.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another guy that we want to make mention is Robbie Russell. Tell me about that match. I didn't get to see that one, but I heard great things about it. Dakota, what was your thoughts on it?
I thought that match was super interesting because the strength gap was quite obvious, but Gabriel stayed in it with his nasty hit.
Okay.
Like Robbie would just like absolutely overpower him for a round, and then the next round came and he would just get completely flashed.
Wow.
And it was back and forth and back and forth, and then Robbie ended up winning it. But it was, yeah, I think it's a good match to show someone who doesn't maybe or like who thinks arm wrestling is like completely a strength thing or whatever, because it's like, no, here's a prime example. This guy was much stronger, but Gabriel kept finding ways to make the match interesting, which I thought was super fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I definitely want to see more of Robbie Russell, man. That dude he's such a technical, smart arm wrestler, and he definitely want to get him more out there, man, because people should
That
know
dude
more of
scares
him.
me, bro. That dude scares me.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Just the fucking, he's just got a menacing aura. I don't know.
Dude, he's got that big chain too, and he's just sitting there.
Just dude, like
He's got like a mug in his face, like
he kind of
Dude,
looks
he's looking at you.
his eyes are like this a little bit. They're just a little too far open, and he just looks right at you, and I'm
He's
like,
kind of
oh.
mean mugging you 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, did you
He's
guys
getting in all your heads already, man. I love it.
did you guys see the after pulls with Andre Sharkovich and Gabriel, the Italian guy?
No, I didn't.
About that.
No.
Bro, it's like Sharkovich was stonewalling him, like absolutely dead center, wasn't even making a face. And Gabriel, after a certain point, just like smiled and shook his head and just dapped him up and was like,
Damn,
"You got
Shark
it."
is really figuring it out, man. Holy shit.
Bro,
It's
it's
his
crazy. I
training plan,
think,
man. He's got such
unless
strong
unless
training
I'm
plan over
recalling
there.
wrong, but I don't think I'm recalling wrong. It was pretty crazy. I want to see if I can find it. I'll send it to you in a bit.
Did Travis get on the after pull table at all?
Dude, it was
Um,
so crazy. It was hard to get on an after pull table, man. Like I had to literally like because I wanted after pull James, so like I took James over there and we
yeah, it
literally
was
like pushing
impossible.
people off to get onto a table. Like there was only two tables. And I was
Damn, I
like,
bet.
I'm not leaving this place without after pulling some of these guys. Like I flew all this way. Like, come on.
Hell yeah.
You guys, you
I
guys
want
want
to
to see
make
this?
mention
Let,
of
let me
your
just let me just show you. You guys see Andre not really making a face, and
wow,
Gabriel's like redlining.
bro. That is nuts. Look at what Andre looks like right now.
I
Yeah,
know.
dude. His arms
Dude,
look fucking
a
crazy.
machine.
He did not look like that a few months ago. Wow.
Look at the size of that fucking dude.
Yeah, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
super crazy. I mean, he was stonewalling every one of those after pulls. Wild.
Did he get on the table with like Devin or Chance or anybody
Um,
like that?
I
he
don't
got
think
on the
so.
table with Derek Smith and pinned him.
He pinned Derek?
Oh yeah. But you know, this is after Bull's practice, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But this one is harder, but
Oh, it's
it
nuts.
does
Yeah,
that a few times
I
actually.
wouldn't expect that. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Way to go, Shark, bro. Killing it. We got to get Shark on here, man. Shark, we'll get you on next week, bro. For real. Holy shit. You are killing it, my man.
Killing it, bro. That is
Dakota, I
crazy.
want to bring up a couple weeks back, you had a big match, man. Want to hear about it, bro. Tell us all about
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I pulled Matt Wiles at the first Mac event. Um, it was super fun. I ended up losing 3-2.
But it
But I
was
did.
a fucking war, bro. I loved it.
Yeah.
Back and forth, lots of action. And I mean, you two were two young up and coming studs, bro. I was expecting that. I was expecting some fireworks. And I get to see him a lot. I've seen him over in Jersey and all, and I know what his study is. And I also know that a lot of people have been talking you up and all. So that was great to see. And you got to pull on the new Mac table. So kind of tell us about that. What was your experience like with that?
Um, I mean, it's 8x10 pads and they're centered with each other. So I mean, it's kind of going back to what arm wrestling was before a little bit. Like there's a lot of room to run, right? So like I personally think it favors a presser. Like I remember talking to Ian Carnegie. You guys know how Ian pulls, and he said he kind of designed a table that he enjoys, and so I feel like he kind of favored it in that sense as well. With that being said, it was super fun though. Like a lot of rule changes. You'd have to watch the event. Like you can go on YouTube and search up Dakota Shipton versus Matt Wilds, and that match will come up, and you can kind of get an idea. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall it was fun. I'm totally down to pull on that table again, but I think I would need a table to work on. So like my upcoming matches, like I have one in Montana in August. It's going to be on like a traditional table. I'm excited for that. Just kind of get rolling on that. But we'll kind of see where Ian takes it and where it goes. But yeah, we were back and forth. It was super fun. I felt like it was pretty much whoever got the go and got to their spot was kind of good. Um, I mean, yeah, Matt's crazy, man. He was telling me that like his max bench is like 405 at like 185 pounds.
Wow.
It
I
is
was
a
like,
beast, bro. He
I was
really
like,
is the beast.
yeah,
I mean, we
yeah,
seen it. We seen him. He beat Tim Lewis, man. Was it the right hand? He
yeah.
got in on Tim. He lost left, but he won right, and that was really impressive. At
Yeah.
21 years old, holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah. He said in his prep for me, he hit like 405 at like 185 pounds body weight. I was like, dude, it's just me. Chill out, bro. Chill out, man. Yeah.
Was he
But yeah,
benching
no,
for prep with you, like specifically for that, or just because he enjoys benching?
He
I
enjoyed.
think he just enjoys benching, but he is very much like bring everything inside and push. He's a very push oriented puller. And so I
Mm.
feel like he kind of correlates that as well in a sense. And he really pulls with the other peg. So he kind of like almost pec decks that together. So I feel like he kind of, yeah.
Goes
Mm.
together good. Hell yeah, man. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight, man. We had a great talk about the East versus West Challenger and all. Excited to see what you got coming up, James. I know that you got bodybuilding and all, but we're gonna keep seeing if we could find you a nice match in that 185 to 198 class. So
Yeah.
any promoters want to get some going, hit him up
And
for
it doesn't
sure.
have to be like a super, like another huge event like this. I'm down to just do little local super matches for fun.
I want to see you at Knuckles Up, bro, over in New Jersey, man. The next
Yeah.
one you got up is in September and everything. I'll be
Let's
there.
run it, James. Let's run it. No,
You,
I'm
you,
just kidding.
There you go.
you'd have fun at Knuckles Up, James. That'd be a
Yeah,
good
bro.
event for
I
you to
think
go
you would
to.
like it there too, man.
Yeah.
But also that Challenger series, I'd love to see you there. Also, I want to make a shout out to Chance Shaw and Dylan Williamson. That was an amazing event. I know I had a little animosity with Engen with East versus West and all, but I don't want to take anything from Chance or Dylan. That was amazing, man. What an amazing production. I'm always gonna help you guys promote that. That was impressive, guys, and I hope you guys were profitable on that, and we could keep doing that because we need more of that level. That is just top level. You guys put in serious money in that, and I hope you guys got your money back, and I hope you made some. For sure.
And even if they didn't, with
That's
the production like that, bro, they're going to. I mean, they're really hit out of the ballpark with that. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
This was separate from East versus West anyways. Like it was from what I was told, like Engen basically was just involved in like advertising it. Like he just promoted it, talked about it, and got on some podcasts and stuff. But I don't think it was financed by East versus West.
No, it was all
Yeah.
Chance and Dylan, man, and
Yeah.
their sponsors. They did everything. They put their neck on the line. They put all their money up, and also, I got a lot of respect for anybody that does that in the arm wrestling world,
Yeah.
and I just want them to know I'm behind them. I'm backing them up with that, and really appreciate it. And I was so happy, man. I was in the hospital, just had surgery with kidney stones, and it was like the perfect thing. I was like, at least I got something to do all day. It was a little spotty because in the hospital with the Wi-Fi and all, but it was so funny. Everybody on the floor, they heard me yelling and screaming. They're like, "What is going on in here?" I'm like, "I'm watching arm wrestling." I got a bunch of nurses in there and all, but yeah, it was a great, great event, man, and so much fun. So many great matches, 15 super matches, and all of them were just like, "Holy shit, these are amazing!"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't wait to see more of that.
It was super, and in terms of like the production value of it, like just objectively looking at it as a viewer, I mean it's up there with like East versus West, King of the Table. Like honestly, there were certain aspects of it that were
That
better.
were better. They
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were better, bro. I
yeah.
think they were better, man. I
yeah,
think the whole
yeah.
production and now if you go and you look at East versus West #1, and now you go look where they just started.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
Oh
years
yeah,
ahead, bro.
I think if you compare it even to like East versus West 3, it would still look good.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
Oh yeah, bro. I think that
And
that's the
even
top.
East versus West, the most recent one, I think
yeah, yeah.
12.
I'm I'm on the
Yeah.
same page, man. I think they took a lot of, the good stuff from King of Table, a lot of the good stuff from East versus West, and I think they took some of the stuff from Knuckles Up and they put them all together, and that's what you got. An amazing, amazing production, man. So shout out to you guys, really doing it big. Can't wait to see what you guys got coming up next. Well, August is coming up next, so can't wait to see that whole card and all. But
oh
thank you.
August for Challenger Series or for East versus West.
East versus West is in Orlando in August 9th.
Okay,
That's it.
yeah. Hey,
That'll be
Chance,
fun.
Dylan, if you want me to try to hook you up with any of the fitness dudes for another exhibition match, I got you.
Hell yeah. And bro, you got to help out the Knuckles Up crew, man. September, they got another big one. I'm telling you, James, just the same level of production. It's right over in New Jersey on the East Coast. Great theater where it's at and all. Lots of fun, man. So that's another one. If you could get people over there, and I want to see you in a match over there, that would be
Yeah, I am down lefty.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
lefty, and I can get way stronger lefty too. So
hell yeah, man.
Yeah, James, we'll keep in touch, bro. If you have, I will really want to see you succeed, man. And so if you have any questions at all, like technically or anything, I'm not like the greatest, but I do have a really good understanding. I feel like I can help you out a lot, man. So we'll
that's
definitely keep.
awesome. Thanks. I mean, I'll be coming up to Ottawa, hopefully in like August or September, just to pull with all the guys, just because I haven't been up there. Um,
Well,
but
you should let me know because I'm on the other side of Canada. But
yeah,
like I know Auden and them are wanting me to come to the High Hookers too, and so you should let me know. We could maybe figure something out to do something big. So that'd be fun.
yeah, that would be awesome.
You're in LA,
James,
right,
we're all in the
James?
same state over here,
Yeah,
bro. So
man.
we're
Yeah,
we're a car ride away too, man. So
yeah.
come
I
up
know.
north, we'll come down to you.
We'll
Hell
be
yeah.
linking up soon, bro.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I gotta get my fucking right elbow healthy.
I gotta get my shoulder healthy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
he
with you
just
on that,
yeah,
man.
Israel just hurt his shoulder too. We all got some. I'm kidney stones and surgery.
That makes me feel better. I feel like every arm wrestler's got some kind of
Oh
fucking
fuck
injury.
yeah, bro. That's where you sign
Oh,
up when you're coming off.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
Yeah,
Injuries
man.
for life, dude. Hell yeah.
Don't feel bad, bro. Don't feel bad. Just like I know you lost, but I know that round 3 showed you a lot. It showed you a lot.
Yeah,
Enough
yeah.
to keep you in the game for sure, dude. I hope.
Yeah, and also enough of a loss where it's like the change that I needed to make was a technical one, not a strength
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, at least I know the strength was there. I just wasn't smart enough. What sucks is I actually was smart enough. I just got tilted and forgot. Because what Auden started doing like round 4 is he instead of just trying to go right into the top roll, he kicked his wrist back a little bit and pronated like through his knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you're supposed to do against that is basically just copy it and do the same thing. And that's what I did against Mika. And that's, Mika wasn't like 100%, but still, that's how I got a pin on Mika is by kicking back and pronating with a kickback wrist, kind of like a Todd roll. For some reason, I mean, obviously, because, just everything going on, I was a little overwhelmed. I just tried to shoot a hook. I just tried to, and then I got sucked into like a king's move where if I had just kept my cool a little more, really focused on what is the proper counter, just do what I did against Mika, I would have at least stood a chance, you know. He probably still would have overpowered me, but at least it wouldn't have been like as ugly as it was. So
But
Yeah.
we're always
And
gonna
dude,
do this, bro. Experience is the key to that, man. And the only thing to learn is just tournaments, compete, and you get a little better. But you're always gonna find something in the performance where you could have did this, you did that. Just keep doing what you're doing, bro. You looked amazing that day for sure,
yeah,
bro.
man.
Oh, your strength, man, is at a national level, like for sure.
Yeah.
I've pulled with a lot of people, and this was your left felt awesome, dude. And you're right. Like after a super match was nuts, and you got a lot of strength there, and you're already like I was telling you this, but like the way you were fighting Auden and you weren't giving in, and you were constantly going for something, shows how much maturity you have in this sport already. And so I think you have a lot of greatness on the way if this is something you decide to stick with. And I think a lot of people are excited to see where it goes. And
Yeah.
then we're all lucky too, because all these influencers who are like, hey, I kind of want to try this. And so that helps us as well too.
yeah,
So it's like a win-win for
especially if
everybody.
there's I did this match for free because I just wanted to fucking do it. But if there's money on the line, I know a lot of guys in the fitness community.
Get that dude Jeff Seed, man. I want that smoke, bro. That dude's been getting me pissed for years. So get that back.
Yeah,
Take him.
but you'd smoke him. I don't. He doesn't really know how to arm wrestle. He's
I
just
know, but I when I was in fitness, like I said, man, I'd go to these expos and he'd be in the corner just pinning everybody so cocky and like it would drive me nuts. But now I'm an arm wrestler. I'm like, I want to fucking go show him he don't know how
That
to.
would be crazy. That would be sick.
Hell yeah.
Cool to get David Lade to do like a little bit of arm wrestling because he actually is good. Like he knows how to arm wrestle,
Yeah.
but he's always just kind of fucking around on tables and stuff. So
You got to get young LA doing some arm wrestling stuff too, James. That'd be sick, bro.
they expressed interest in it. They wanted to host like a fitness influencer where they all go against each other, but I kind of talked them out of it. I was like, there's probably gonna be a lot of broken arms if you do that. Like a bunch of super strong fitness guys just not wanting to get big dicked on the table and just like, fucking
Giving it their all, bro. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I have one more question for you, James, before you go. If someone was wanting to buy merch and get like support you, how do they do that?
Support me? I mean,
Yeah, like
yeah, you just use my discount code JAM, JAM. Young LA is where I get my clothes from, or my clothing sponsor. And then Gorilla Mind is where I get like all my supplements. And that same code JAM. And then Amino Asylum is where I get all my special, magic peptides that heal shit. Also code JAM. Yeah, those are like my three main ones.
Perfect.
So.
Everybody hit that up. Show your support for sure. And guys, if you're still in here, click that like button. Thumbs up helps me out, get an algorithm. And guys, we will see you next week, same time, 9:30. And thank you for everybody for tuning in. Let's see the gun show before we go. Oh yeah. That's
My
it.
arm still hurt, man.